Hi everyone, Tyler here from TW-Waytek. Today we're going to be talking about how to connect the Microsoft Fabric Lakehouse to VS Code. So let's get started. So we're going to connect a Lakehouse in Fabric to Visual Studio Code. It's very easy, shouldn't take too long. You can also do the same with a data warehouse in Fabric as well as the SQL Database in Fabric. The difference is, so for a lakehouse, it's read-only. Doing queries is read-only. But with the data warehouse and the SQL database, you can actually do full CRUD operations. So create, read, update, and delete actions. So let's go into the environment where I have my lakehouse. If we click here, so this is the SQL Analytics endpoint. So from here, you can see the lakehouse. I have under the schema warehouse, I have several tables, and we can just take a quick look. Let's go to stock items. We'll just run a query. 25 records, or 25 columns, 100 rows. Now let's take a look at VS Code. So what you want to do first, if you haven't already done so, is go to your extensions, do a search for SQL Server or just SQL. And typically the first one that's going to come up is SQL Server, MS SQL, and this is the primary extension that you want if you're going to be working with SQL Server and VS Code. It's also important to note that, I don't know if you're familiar with Azure Data Studio, which was kind of running alongside VS Code for some time, and Microsoft announced that they're going to discontinue it, and they're moving all that functionality into Visual Studio Code, which is nice because there wasn't any Copilot development in Azure Data Studio, which there is now, which there has been obviously in VS Code. So now you can utilize Copilot as well in for your SQL queries in VS Code. So you want to get that installed. Once you do, so I already have it installed. You're going to add your SQL connections, or you'll click on your SQL connections. I moved it up to the top here, and this is where we're going to work to set up our connection with Fabric. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is create a new connection. We'll give it a name. We'll call it Fabric Lakehouse. You can use, if you have a connection group, you can use that. Otherwise, just put it as default. Connection group, that's where you would, if you had many different connections, you can essentially group them into a specific group. You'd have to create a new group though, if you don't have one. For input type, we're just going to use parameters. And then for server name, what we're going to want to do is go back to Fabric, and then from our Lakehouse, we come here, we can open in, and we're going to say Visual Studio Code. And that's going to pop up a window which gives us our server name as well as our database name. So we can copy our server name, and let's go ahead and put that back, or add that here to our connection. We'll check the box to trust the server certificate. For authentication type, we're going to use our Microsoft Entra ID. You'll have to connect this with an Azure account if you haven't already done so. I have my tenant ID for Microsoft 365 that we're utilizing. For our database name, we'll go back to Fabric, copy the database name. We'll go back to our connection. We'll paste that in. For encrypt, you can say mandatory or optional. And then click connect. Okay, so it's connecting. You can see it up here. We can see all our schemas. So we go to the warehouse schema. We can go to our tables. You can see those are the same tables. We can run a SQL query like we did from within Fabric. And then we have our data. So there we go. And that's it. That's it. It doesn't take very long. It's a quick and easy setup. And yeah, it works great. I use it a lot. So I think you will too. I think you'll find it useful, especially if you're already working in VS Code. And as Microsoft continues to move all of the functionality of Azure Data Studio into this, it's only going to get better. So for more information on this video and more, make sure to visit my website at TW-Waytek.com. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description below. So that concludes my video. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my channel to get all the latest technology tips, and to visit my website at TW-Waytek.com, where you'll find even more tips and tricks. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.